And we are live. Hi, my name is Tyriece.
Elijah Jones.
This is MMA Renegade, episode 30, the UFC 253 recap show. Elijah, how are you doing, sir?
I cannot complain, my good man. Last night was very interesting. We got a good turn of events. In terms of regular day-to-day functioning, I'm okay. It's a beautiful Sunday. Sun is out, a little breezy. I'm all right. How are you today?
I'm doing well, man. There was a couple of lag issues and internet issues, so I had to relocate somewhere. To give you guys the best show we can give. But other than that, man, I'm doing really well. We're streaming on Facebook, my Facebook channel, YouTube, our Renegade Sports YouTube channel, and on Periscope. So we're all over the place now, man.
Yes. We are all over the place. I also shared your post, so if anyone's watching, either from my Facebook or from Tyreece's Facebook, please subscribe to the channel so we can give you more content. But also, shouts out to Tyreece starting the show and getting us to episode 30, my man. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, it's been a long time coming. We still got 20 more, get to episode 50. Hopefully, the people will grow with us, and I'm excited to see what the future is for us.
Yes, sir, bucko. Now, do I do it, Tyreece, or do I not?
I will say, this is the part of the show where Elijah gives his feel of what happened last night and his own way he can. So Elijah, you go ahead. And I'll sit back and watch.
Last night, UFC brought to us another fantastic card. UFC 253 was in the books. We had Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya versus Paulo, the Eraser Costa, at the Abu Dhabi United Arab Emirates at Fight Island, Yas Island. And last night, we had a 185 contender fight. We had the well-known martial arts striking god of the middleweight division versus a man who's been able to defeat and bring down most people put in front of him. Last night, our main event, as I said, was Israel versus Costa. And last night, we also had a co-main event of Jan Blachowicz versus Dominic the Destroyer Reyes. Last night brought to us great fights, good fights, but only one man emerged victorious in both those fights. Jan Blachowicz destroyed Dominic Reyes to capture the vacant light heavyweight belt and become the new UFC light heavyweight champion. And Israel Adesanya has defended his belt in what would be his third title defense, or I guess second title defense after having won the UFC interim belt and uniting the belt against Robert Whittaker. Tyreece, take it away for the main card. After the water.
Thank you. All right, so first of all, there's a lag. But work with us here. StreamYard is bugging out a little bit, so we apologize. But we're here to give you a show. So the main card, I would say the prelim was good. We got to see Brad, one of Adesanya's teammates, I believe.
Yes, from City Kickboxing. Yep, City Kickboxing had a very big number of fighters on this card tonight.
Yeah, I think 4, right?
Yep, 4.
Yeah. So we kicked off after the Brad Riddle fight where he won in impressive fashion. I thought he made a good performance. And then we go to Hakeem Dawodu versus Zabari Tukugov. That was a good fight. I think Hakeem Dawodu did a very good job. I'd like to see where he goes next. We see the Sijara Eubanks versus Caitlyn Vieira. I thought that was a good fight. I thought Caitlyn Vieira showed that she's still a top contender in that bantamweight division. Sijara Eubanks, to me, I think her size kind of hurts her as a bantamweight.
Her size hurt has bantamweight, but that last round was very crucial, in my opinion. I thought she was winning that. She started winning that last round and picking it up. I think down the future, if she's able to do that in the flyweight division, she'll have very good success.
Yeah, I would love to see her if she can make the flyweight weight class.
The weight limit, yeah.
And then after that, we had a very good fight, the flyweight fight between Brendan Royval and Kai Kara France, which I think stole the show. I mean, at 125, you don't expect the smaller guys to really put on the show, but they're lightning fast. They have great cardio generally, and they throw almost everything a caution to the wind. These two gentlemen put on in only 2 rounds. Remember, in only 2 rounds,
And in the second round didn't even really finish. In only 2 rounds, they managed to steal the show against these bigger guys, proving that the flyweight division is still got some very, very top talent in the world.
I agree. And I think they were going to get rid of the flyweight division not too long ago.
It's come a long way. It's come a long way with the resurgence of a lot of flyweights, and now with Davison Figueiredo as the new champ. I'm looking forward to seeing what that division will bring.
Absolutely. And to the viewers watching, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please subscribe to the Renegade Sports YouTube channel. Also, give us a follow at Tyriece Simon on Facebook, at Elijah Jones on Facebook. We definitely appreciate you. And now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of the show. And we have a special guest, a friend of the show, somebody that has commented on our show before. He has his own channel, Lego Papi TV.
Lego Papi, Levy. You bringing him in now?
Let's bring him in. Levy. How you doing, man?
Hey, man. What's going on? Levy,
what's up?
What's going on? Tyriece, nice to meet you, brother. How's everything?
Nice to meet you, man. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. How you doing?
Yeah. Pretty good. Just hanging in here. Yo, last night was crazy.
Levy, last night, I mean...
I called it, too.
Well, listen, we talked about it at work.
I called it at the weigh-ins. I called it.
You did. You texted me. It was like, "Yo, Elijah, I don't know, man. It's not looking right. Not looking good for this, man." But let's talk about Jan versus Dominic Reyes. What did you think about that fight, Levy? Tell me how you feel.
Dude, I'm scared of that dude, bro. That guy can fight, bro. Just his power itself is just crazy. It reminds me like a Tyson. It's a little slow version of Tyson, but this guy is powerful, and he's 37 years old too.
So I didn't realize that he was 37 when going into the fight. I thought he was closer to like maybe 34, 35, but I was like, oh, damn, Dominic might have the advantage just from being the younger fighter.
Oh, man. That hook, though, it was crazy. It just is, and put it like this, I was watching how the way he threw that punch, that hook was so slow, and it just made him, you saw it, just made him wobble like Bambi, bro. It's just like a newborn Bambi. So I was like, damn, that was crazy. I was not expecting that. I was expecting maybe 3 to 4 round, but what was it? The second one, right?
Second round TKO.
Second round.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. That was crazy.
In the pre-show, me and Tyreece talked about how it can go either way, right? Either Jan finds a way to get it done early, or Dominic Reyes finds a way to get it done early. I did pick Jan doing a decision because I thought that he would have the skill set. But the finish was none other than impressive. I mean, the left body kick, the switching stance, blitzing forward from he would start with a straight, come with a left hook, and then ultimately end up with a left body kick. And you would after the first round, after like the first 2, maybe 3, you saw that bruise on the back, the back right lower side. I'm like, damn, like wow.
You know what it remind me of? Rooker Kokop when he fought Wanderless Silva in Pride.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen that one. He threw like a nice left kick and then the right cross. Oh man, that was great. That was vicious. That was a vicious kick though.
It was a vicious. That was reminiscent of Pride. I mean, don't get me wrong. You see guys throwing body kicks, but you don't see that kind of outcome a lot, right? You see it over time, but with those very few kicks, it was like, oh, god damn.
Yeah, it only took him 1 kick to make him bruise.
Bruh. Tyreece, how'd you feel?
Well, I was going to ask you guys. Going into this fight, do you think the John Jones fight played a big issue on Dominic Reyes?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And that's what we didn't think about. We didn't think about how the Dominic Reyes 5-round fight against John Jones would affect his ability to want to have the same pace that he had before.
I think when you fight Jones, right, you're not the same fighter because you're going to grow, obviously. But then the issue is now when you lose to Jones and you think you performed so well, it's like, well, I gave my best against the best guy and it wasn't enough. I wonder if I could still beat the other guys. Maybe that's a question he had for himself going to this. I did think he was a little gun shy, but when he started opening up in the second round, there was maybe 30 seconds where he was just throwing body kick, leg kick. He was mixing it up well. And I was like, okay, so that's what he's planning to do. He was playing a little coy to feel it out, but then Jan stuck to the game plan. Jan just pressed forward inch by inch. He didn't rush in to get caught with that straight left or those body kicks. And so I think actually, to be honest with you, I think Dominic Reyes actually with the two or three body kicks he was landing in the third round back to back or consecutively. I think he was ended up hurting Jan Blachowicz, but I think he just didn't put the pedal to the metal and go push forward. So here we are.
Sorry, I'm just posting it up and everywhere.
Yeah.
YouTube,
Facebook. I appreciate it. Oh, also, if all of you don't know, Levy actually is also an MMA fighter. So the man is he's fought at a couple of weight classes here, and he's a big guy. So don't mess with him.
Yeah. Nah, after watching the fight over Reyes, I'm like, damn, that guy is scary, bro. Not for nothing, but if Jones and him fight, I think he's gonna give him Jones problem, bro. I think Jones is nice, but
Jan.
If he fights Jones, he's gonna give him problems. I don't know, something about him, bro. Something about him. Like once I see a fighter, I know the potential they have, and I think if he fights Jones, I think he could. I mean, Jones is nice. Don't get me wrong. Jones is slick. He knows how to fight. He proved me wrong so many times, but I don't know. This guy Jan looks pretty good, man.
I'll say this.
I think he's my favorite fighter now.
Yeah, as a light heavyweight champion, I think he's going to give a few people problems, but I also think he doesn't match up well with other people, right? But when we go back to the Jon Jones fight, we mentioned this in the pre-fight show. If Jan had fought Jones first and then fought Dominic Reyes, and both these guys coming off a Jones loss, I think the fight would have been slightly different, in my opinion, right? Because you lose to Jones, you're a different fighter after that. This is just known. Sure. It's just not the same. And with also him fighting Jones the first time, that's his best chance to beat Jones. So I do give him a little bit of a slight advantage. But at the end of the day, Jon Jones is we haven't been able to see that success mirrored in any other athlete to grace MMA. That's just it.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that again? You kind of lagged there when you said about Jon Jones.
Oh, I was saying that I think that I'll just go back from the beginning. I think that if Jan had fought Jones, right? If Jan had fought Jon Jones and then he fought Dominic Reyes with both of them coming off losses to fight for the vacant belt, I think the fight would have been slightly different because I don't know if we would have had that as confident Jan Blachowicz. But if in general, if Jan was to fight Jones, I think he does have a really good shot. But knowing Jones, the outcome, it usually ends up with him winning. But then again, the first time to beat Jones or the best time to beat Jones is the very first fight. Jones doesn't lose rematches. He does not lose a rematch. That doesn't happen.
He'll embarrass you the second fight.
He'll embarrass you. What he did to Gus in DC.
He'll toy you, bro, all day.
And that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm surprised with Dominic.
What'd you say?
No, I would say I'm surprised with Dominic Reyes that he didn't use his reach and his length. It just started off and use his footwork. I thought that was having so much success in Jon Jones fight, and you seen in the second round, but he didn't have that in the first round, and I think he tried to wait and try to counter with Jan Blachowicz, and Jan Blachowicz was too smart for it.
Yeah.
The way he moved in, I think Jan had a great game plan. It was step. Okay, let's see what there was. Step. Okay, let's see what's going on. Step, reassess. It was slow, but it wasn't too slow. Like it kept the pace of the fight. And then Jan blitzes. I think the way that Jan blitzed and ended his blitzes with the combination of the left leg, left body kick, it did really big damage because that means that he not only did he have to worry about cycling to his right, he has to go to his left now. And depending on his left, and if that guy's not giving you the range to throw off that left body kick or that left straight, then you're not going to be able to be as effective as you usually are. And I thought he was good with footwork though. Like he was moving around, he didn't seem tired. It just I don't know. I think Dominic Reyes did have an off night in my opinion.
Yeah. What about? Away from Jan. I also was thinking. All right, with Jones, I know everybody wants to beat Jones. So I think Reyes trained so hard to try to beat him, and he gave him good comp. And even the commentating, they were saying that he probably won 3 out of 2. Yeah. So I think so too. But of course, they're gonna give it to Jones because he is the champion, and you have to beat him to win. And he did good that day. But I think he was confused with this guy. I think with this guy, I don't think he trained as hard. So maybe Reyes got this confidence that I almost beat I was gonna say Roy Jones. I almost beat Jon Jones, right? So maybe this fight might be a little bit easier. So what? So fuck it, let me just go in and do what I have to do. But surprisingly, this guy Jan is just too strong, bro. He reminds me like a Mocha Crocup, to be honest with you. And he got hands. And he got power.
Yeah, he do got.
He's 37.
37 power. You can beat in these larger weight classes, you can be higher in age and it may not affect you as much. Of course, in fighting, you only have a limited amount of years you can fight. But what we've seen, because like Daniel Cormier has been fighting, he fought till about close to 40. We have guys like Dan Henderson fought close to like 40 in the light heavyweight division. So like you have a lot of success with the guys higher up in age, and I don't think that didn't hurt Jan. It was clear that it didn't hurt Jan at all, being the older fighter.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
You brought up something.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's a little bit of lag. You brought up something interesting with Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes said he wanted more time for this fight. He was kind of upset with how soon the fight was compared to when it was announced.
Yeah.
And I know he talked about how he wanted more time to train and stuff like that. I think that made him as well. I
agree. He only got 6 weeks, right, to train for this fight, maybe, or a little bit over that. He didn't get the full. I think Dominic Reyes does. He likes a full camp. That much I do know. He likes a very full camp, like 12 weeks. I think he likes 12 to 8 weeks more than 6 weeks, which is fair. If Dominic Reyes comes prepared, he's a problem.
Yeah, true.
Oh, Tyriece, load code is here.
Yep.
Hey man, what's up?
Whatever Loco said is he is on point. I think the best fight of the century. I thought Costa and I'm sorry, I'm just skipping right away to Adesanya. Just reading what he says. But I thought it was gonna be one of the best fight ever, because I don't know how Costa is. It's not like Romero, he would fight. but okay. I don't know, you want to talk about it now, or you want to talk about it after
I think the last thing we can sum her up, because I think we all agree that Jan is going to be a problem for a lot of people.
We'll talk about after the race.
Yeah.
I think Jan could be a problem with Jones as well.
Who do you think Jan fights next, and where do you think Reyes goes?
For light heavyweight, maybe Miocic, maybe.
Really?
Maybe, yeah. He could hang with him, I think.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. Interesting.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've been watching UFC for the longest, so I am slacking a lot. There's a lot of new fighters that I seen yesterday. I was like, wow, they're incredible. Compared to the fight with my time when I was watching UFC. Yeah. So right now is a whole different fight card. There's some fighters that I know that are there, but light heavyweights don't know so much yet. I know some, but all of them.
We still have Glover and we still have Thiago Santos. But those two are scared. Their fight was rescheduled because Thiago Santos actually had COVID. So they pushed the fight out. That fight should be within the next few weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
And then you have a guy, one of Tyrese's favorites, who just got into UFC, Yuri Prochazka, who beat Volkan Ozdemir by impressive knockout. Then you still have Ozdemir. You still have a few more new people at light heavyweight, if I'm being honest with you. That vision. And then you have Anthony Smith. And then it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, but none, in my opinion, none are the definitive number one contender. Tyreece, correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't feel that anyone as of yet should be it besides either Glover or Thiago Santos. That's fine. What about you, Tyreece?
Let Lego Poppy figure it out for 1 second. I think that light heavyweight division there's still some figuring out to do. John Jones gone now. We'll get Elijah back on here in a second. Just fix the stream a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. No, it's all good.
Good.
All right, cool. Don't worry about it. If I put down,
let me on the side of me.
We switch.
I'm down now.
I think the light heavyweight division, it needs a little bit of finding out to do.
Okay.
The issue with John Blachowicz now as champion is he a main eventer?
Yeah, I mean, as a champion, you should be, but his name is not as known. So I agree with what you're saying. He's not necessarily the biggest name.
I mean, I had no idea. So Reyes, they were fighting for the belt. They was fighting, right?
Yeah, fighting for the vacant belt.
So I had no idea about that.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, that's why I think that maybe Stipe could fight him. To be honest with you,
I mean, if he jumps up a weight, I'd be interested. But he's
let's give him 3 fights more.
3 fights, I'll take. 3 fights I'll take if he can't, because there's some good
more
talent, but like I don't necessarily see Glover fighting for realistically too long. I mean, Thiago's up there still. Thiago's still kind of young, so he might make his way up to light heavyweight belt contention again. He beat him, right? Yeah. And then so it's I don't know. Again, it's too hard. The lightweight division is just like it's in a lot of. They need a little bit more uniformity, or I guess there needs to be more clear cut. Yeah, time, because like you said, like the fight could happen if he bumps up in weight, but like there's nothing. We don't even know what's going on at light heavyweight. Honestly, it's just it's a wild west in terms of contenders, not in terms of the belt right now.
Yeah, true.
Before we get off on this, does John Jones come back at light heavyweight?
No. Don't.
I don't know.
I can see a scenario where he comes back.
Go ahead.
I mean, wasn't he like putting weight up to fight heavyweight?
He was. That's what he's saying.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember now with Brock Lesnar. I don't know.
Yeah, he was talking real shit, and I think he could beat Brock in my opinion. But that was the goal, was to put on more weight or a good amount of weight, so that way you can enter at heavyweight and feel comfortable. But last night after the fight, he was tweeting, right, Tyreece? I believe we talked about this. He was tweeting about how should I go get my belt back?
Yeah. And the thing about it is, if Francis Ngannou is next in line to fight Stipe Miocic, right? We're saying he's next in line. Maybe John Jones can fight one fight at light heavyweight and then make the move.
It's possible. I don't think he's put on an extreme amount of weight in this time. I agree. Low Code says maybe if the money is right, if the cheddar makes it better, as the UFC middleweight champion says. I mean, honestly, if the fight is versus Stipe and Ngannou is the fight to happen next, which Dana said, I don't disagree with maybe the card or a card before it. We get a Dominic Reyes Jan Blachowicz versus John Jones. Tyreece, I think you're right about that. I think he can sneak in one more fight at light heavyweight, and it won't be too much of an issue for in terms of weight cutting and training and all that. I don't think it will.
Well, just Jones just saying that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just Jones tweeting that if he should get his belt back, I guess probably getting motivated again and to get back on it. But you know how he is. He'll go back in, destroy 2 fights, and then something's gonna happen with the law, and then he's gonna go back, and then
bad luck.
Another 2 year. Yeah, I hope not, man. I mean, this guy has so much potential, bro. Like, I wish I had his skills, bro. I wouldn't be. I'd be like Adesanya. Adesanya. I'm like, but he's always getting into trouble.
He is. Jones does get in a lot of trouble, so I hope he stays out of it. But Tyreece, I think we concluded that. If you're fine, let's move on to the main event of the evening. Israel Adesanya finished by a TKO Paulo Costa in the second round, from which was supposed to be touted as the fight that was supposed to be a bar burner, or the fight that was supposed to be these two men. Someone's O has to go in their record. This was supposed to be the fight that these two men put their heart all on the line and go kitchen sink thrown at each other, and one emerges victorious. I mean, I don't know. How do y'all feel about the fight? I want to hear y'all. Y'all please talk, because I
mean, I know how Paulo Costa fight. He's a badass, and you can see all his fights, right? But why are you showboating, bro? Like, bro, this fight right here. Why are you showboating in front of him? Like, Adesanya is not like one of those fighters, bro. He'll do what he has to do, like he did last night. So he was like doing all the showboating, all this stuff, and I was getting pissed. I was like, bro, this is a serious fight right now. He will destroy you.
It's crazy. He put his hands behind his back. He was just welcoming the leg kicks at a certain point, right? Welcoming. And it's like, it's fine. Like, it's a fight. You want to taunt, you can do that. That's more than fine. Go ahead and taunt. Like, right? That's part of the fight. You can do those things. But if we're looking at a guy who is as dangerous and lethal as a striker as Israel, you gotta take it. I guess not take it slightly more serious, but you gotta have a plan. And I think that you're better now. So I think the plan that Tyrese, we were talking about Costa's, him showboating and kind of like eating the leg kicks without really having without having to answer for them. And it just was an issue. It just was an issue. And Israel played the game right. He's a businessman. He's a fighter. He said he stuck to the game plan and said, "Oh, you're going to stand there? I'm going to just keep hitting you." Boom. Kept hitting him. And that leg was swelling up.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
yeah.
bad.
Oh, my God.
It was really bad.
I know the first kick, he ate it, right?
Yeah.
But he just kept attacking. Then it was bruised from the bottom of the calf, from the knees, back of the knees, everything. It was crazy. And then he's smart. Adesanya's smart. He's a big
smart.
guy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take his leg out because all the power comes from the legs. So he kicked him so much and he was losing all that power. And, of course, the taunting started happening, this and that, whatever. And Adesanya, he wasn't playing that. He wasn't doing no taunting at all. He was like, you know what? I'm going to go and do what I do. And
let's end it here. Tyreese is actually going to try to create a new stream to get rid of all the lag.
Okay.
So we might have a brief intercession here.
All right,
Tyreese, are you good?
Are you going to change the whole HTTP thing or no?
Yeah, so what I want to do is I'm going to end this stream, this broadcast, and I'm going to create a new one. If that'll work. To everybody watching, give me 1 second. I'm going to restart the program. I really want to get into this Adesanya and Costa fight because there's so much to get into. So give me 1 second, follow me, and I'll be right back.
Okay.